from a whisper.
Let's do some cool shots of like just the buildings. Sure. Because like people will be interested to see like just what a university looks like right here.
On crowded bathroom row, voices filled the rooms upstairs.
Usually our family tradition is we just have dinner on Christmas Eve, and then we usually go to see all of our family on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Breakfast fresh on the stove. She walked out with the floral blouse. Everyone was near.
My fellow language nerds, I want to share a potential language learning hack. I just finished a minute ago a Hindi lesson, but my Hindi lesson was taught to me using a mixture of Gujarati and English.
તો હિન્દી અને ગુજરાતી બંને ભાષામાં નમસ્તે એક જ છે. તો તમે હિન્દીમાં બોલો કે ગુજરાતીમાં બોલો, તમને કોઈ માણસને તમે મળો તો તમને ગ્રીટ કેવી રીતે કરવાનું? નમસ્તે.
Namaste. Now what's funny is that Gujarati is my intermediate language, right? It's a language that I speak at an intermediate level. And so what's happening is because we're using this Gujarati as the teaching and the learning medium, not only is my Hindi getting better, not only am I learning more Hindi, but my Gujarati level and my Gujarati knowledge is also going up at the same time. It's also increasing.
In Gujarati, without respect you say aap. Okay, taro parichay aap. But with respect you say apo. Chopri apo. Similarly in Hindi, parichay do. So do or they is like without respect, and DJ is the most respectable form.
However, I will jump in and say this. I think for a lot of you, I don't know how well it will work. Because there's a couple things that, that we haven't talked about. First of all, maybe your brain would just get confused, and maybe it would actually impede your progress in both languages. Also, the other thing to consider is that Gujarati, for me, technically feels like a native language because I've spoken it since I was born, right? And so maybe that there's a factor there that we're not considering, that for me to learn a language in Gujarati doesn't feel weird because Gujarati feels like a first language for me, right? But at the end of the day, I'm someone who really promotes or really believes in testing out new things, trying new learning strategies, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And so for you guys, at a minimum, if it's practical and possible, right, I would recommend you at least try, right? Try. Maybe you're learning Japanese and you have an intermediate level in French. See if you can find a textbook or a teacher or some learning resources that are in French but teaching Japanese. Maybe you'll like it. Who the heck knows, right? Give it a try. See what happens.
We'll be home again.
Hello everyone. Hope you're doing very, very well. My name is Azren, aka Azren the Language Nerd. That is how you can find me online. And today I'm going to be doing a short presentation discussing linguistic and behavioral patterns, and more importantly, why they matter for both language learners and language teachers. If you look at different cultural groups, often there's certain gestures, there's certain actions, there's certain things that they do that are very specific, that belong to only that specific cultural group. For example, India, there's a specific head gesture that people do, which is like this. It's like the sideways, like this head bobble thing. And we don't do that in Canada. We don't, that's not done in a lot of, in my experience, really any countries in the world. I don't think they do that. And so what happens is that you have all these different behavioral patterns, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Every country, every region has their own. And I'm a big believer in, at a minimum, understanding what these patterns are so you could recognize them. At a minimum, recognize. But even more, at least for me, when I'm learning languages, I try and imitate them. I try and internalize them into myself, which is why when I speak languages, I get really, like, even in Mandarin that I'm not 100% fluent, I go into like complete Mandarin mode because I have slightly different mannerisms in Chinese and Mandarin. I have different things that I do that I wouldn't do in English, where my brain is literally switched to Mandarin brain. It's a little bit bonkers, actually.
Woke up from an old alarm.